Hey guys, today we have another jacket battle between two jackets that got an update in 2023. The Patagonia down sweater versus the Arc'teryx Cerium hoodie. That's next. The Arc'teryx Cerium and the Patagonia down sweater have undergone some updates for 2023. These are two popular jackets for backcountry use that are mid-weight jackets that are great for cold and dry environments. Both of these jackets feature high quality down insulation and have excellent fit. Now, a few years ago, I actually reviewed these two jackets in a video you can see here, but since then, these two jackets have undergone some significant updates. These two jackets are both staples in their own right for each brand. So let's check them out in a bit more detail. The Cerium hoodie from Arc'teryx is their leading down jacket that they make, and for 2023, it had an update and a nice refresh. The Cerium is known as a streamlined, minimalist, and lightweight technical down insulated jacket that has a high warmth to weight ratio. This jacket used to be known as the Cerium LT in previous years' models, but they dropped the LT and went with just the Cerium. For 2023, it went through a few updates and refreshes, including slightly roomier fit, a thicker shell fabric, and greater sustainability. It's a down jacket that also features synthetic insulation in strategic areas that are prone to getting wet, and it comes in various sizes and also different color options. This one here is a cool two-way color option, but it also comes in solids. This sells new for $400. The Patagonia down sweater hoodie is a staple from Patagonia, and for 2023, it also went through a few additions and changes. It's known as a premium down insulated jacket with also excellent fit, and for 2023, it's softer, warmer, and even more durable than the previous year version. It still maintains a great packability as well as an excellent warmth to weight ratio. It comes in various sizes and colors. This one here is a cool two-way pattern of red and blue. Sells new for $329. Both these jackets are in a size men's small. Both these jackets have a lot of similarities. They are both down jackets. They also have excellent fit and an excellent warmth to weight ratio. They both have elastic cuffs, hem cinch cords, and really nice hoods. Both jackets can function as a standalone jacket, but they can also be used as a mid-layer underneath a shell. These are both known as mid-weight jackets in that they're more suited for colder kind of environments, and they're both windproof to an extent. Let's check them out in a bit more detail, starting with the shell fabric. The Arc'teryx Cerium shell has a recycled 15 denier Arturo nylon. It is light and durable. This is actually an upgrade from the previous year version where they only used 10 denier. This year it is actually 15 denier, so a little bit more robust and increased durability. This is a moisture resistant outer shell face fabric with a PF-free DWR finish as well to help repel light rain. The liner is a downproof 20 denier plant-based Arturo liner, which is bio-derived and it reduces petroleum use. The colors are also produced by a dope dyed process, which uses significantly less water and energy, and overall you're going to get a more sustainable jacket for the 2023 version. The down sweater uses a 20 by 30 denier recycled ripstop nylon. The lining is also a 20 denier recycled ripstop polyester. This does a good job of blocking out wind as well as being durable and light. And the 2023 down sweater is more sustainable than ever because it actually uses a net plus shell. This is made from recycled fishing nets but maintains the soft and comfortable feel from the past models of standard nylon fabrics. This actually helps reduce ocean plastic pollution, and so it's a really nice sustainable jacket for that. So the down sweater is a little bit thicker denier, so it's going to be a bit more durable than the Cerium. Let's talk about insulation. The Cerium here features down composite mapping, which strategically places synthetic insulation in areas that are most prone to getting wet. Those are featured actually in the shoulders, the underarms, the cuffs, and the collar in front of the mouth. The synthetic insulation that is used is actually a core loft insulation, which utilized in those certain moisture prone areas. The rest of the jacket is actually packed down full of down fill to maximize heating efficiency. The down used is actually recycled 850 fill powered down, which is actually a really high quality fill down. It's a European white goose down that has exceptional warmth to weight ratio. The amount of down is 4.3 ounces of 800 fill powered down, and for the Coraloft synthetic insulation, they use 80 grams and 100 grams in specific areas. The insulation for the down sweater is now packed with 5.3 ounces of high quality 800 fill powered down. This is a huge upgrade from the previous year's model, which only used 3.5 ounces of fill with the most recent model. So the new down sweater has been given a substantial boost in warmth as well. My one complaint with both of these jackets is they do not use hydrophobic down, which means they're not coated with any mink wax. So if the down does get wet for both of these, it will lose its ability to keep its loft. So both of these are high quality down. The Cerium though is higher quality at 850 fill power compared to 800 of the down sweater. 850 means it's going to be loftier than the 800 fill power down, which means you can use less down to achieve the warmth desired, thus saving weight. Let's now consider the weight. The weight of the Cerium is 12.5 ounces, where the weight of the down sweater is 4.8 ounces. So you're saving about 2 ounces going with the Cerium because it's using lighter materials. Now the Cerium is going to give you the better warmth to weight ratio. As you can see with the warmth, you can achieve similar warmth with a lighter package because it's using higher quality down. Now my standard for measuring warmth is that I use a base layer underneath these, so I don't layer up any additional. I just use a base layer, which is often a sun hoodie, and that gives me a good measure to be able to test the warmth of these two jackets in various temperatures. For the Cerium, I noticed I started to feel cold around 21 degrees while I was moving, and once I was sitting still and cooled off, I started to feel cold closer around to 26 degrees with the Cerium. For the down sweater, I started to feel cold around 20 degrees, and once I was sitting still cooled off, I started to feel cold around 26 degrees as well. So as you can see, both jackets are able to provide a similar level of warmth, but the Cerium is able to do it using less down but high quality down to achieve the same level of warmth as a down sweater. So even though the down sweater uses more insulation, it's not necessarily warmer. Let's talk about breathability. Both these jackets are insulating jackets, which means they're not meant to be active layers. They're not meant to be very breathable. They're meant to keep the warmth in rather than releasing the warmth. So don't count on either of these to be very breathable. Let's talk about the quilting pattern or the baffles that are used. Both the Cerium and the down sweater use a very similar pattern of these down baffles. They're both similar width as well, so they're going to function pretty much the same. They both do a good job of being able to maintain the position of the down as well as the loft. Let's talk about the pockets. Both these jackets have front side pockets here for hand warmers. As you can see here, the down sweater has them here, and they're a bit more vertical, where the Cerium has them going on at a little bit more of an angle. And so both of these are a little bit lower, so they could interfere a bit if you're wearing a harness or a hip belt. So it's more of a traditional place where you have those side pockets as opposed to other jackets that have them a little bit higher up. From my experience, you're still able to access the pockets even with a hip belt. They're not completely cut off. Let's talk about inside pockets. As you can see with the down sweater here, you have an inside zippered chest pocket, which also doubles as a stuff sack for the down sweater. You also have two drop pockets, one on the left, one on the right. And then one cool little feature is underneath the zippered pocket, you have an additional stow pocket here. So if you want to stuff in some things up there, you have access to do that. So this is nice for gloves, goggles, anything like that. And the zippered portion here is a very nice area that you can zipper in keys or any loose items. Looking at the inside of the Cerium, you're going to have one zippered pocket on the left side, and inside here there is a stuff sack that you can compress your jacket into. It is a bit smaller of a zippered pocket compared to the down sweater. So as you see, there are no drop pockets as well like you have in the down sweater. So for the inside pockets, I definitely prefer all the options you have with the down sweater. Looking at the cuffs, both these jackets do have elastic cuffs here, and both do a good job of keeping the cold air out. I did find that the Cerium here is a bit tighter, but also stretchier, where the down sweater is a little bit broader and allows it to fit over bigger gloves a little bit easier. Let's talk about the hem cinch cords. As you open up the Cerium, you can see you have two areas for hem cinch pulls. That's nice because as you pull them, you can close the air gap underneath your jacket, close up that hem to prevent any cold air drafts. And the nice thing about having two is that you're able to pull it and you're not having a long string that's just hanging down when you do tighten up that hem. Where if you look at the down sweater, you do only have one area for a hem cinch pull. So if you want to cinch up your hem there, you're going to have this longer string here. But Patagonia actually sought to not have it hang low, so they have this little tab that keeps it nice nice and secure and keeps it nice to where it's not hanging out of your jacket. Looking at the zippers, they both use YKK zippers. The Cerium is going to use smaller and lighter zippers, where the down sweater is a little bit more thicker and burlier, which is going to be a little bit better as far as the quality and durability, but I've had no issues with the Cerium as far as using the lighter zippers. Let's talk about weather resistance. Both these jackets have a good weather resistant shell. They do a good job of blocking out the wind. They also are coated with GWR finish, so they will repel rain to an extent. Now the Cerium is going to be a little bit more weather resistant compared to the down sweater, and that's because it uses synthetic insulation in those spots that are prone to getting wet, like on the shoulders and hood and areas like that. Now I do wish these were hydrophobic down to really enhance its weather protection, but it is known that untreated down will maintain its loft a whole lot longer than treated down. Both of these jackets are not waterproof to any extent, so if you're expecting a downpour, it will be best to put a shell over these jackets. Let's talk about the fit. The fit of the Cerium here is a little bit more relaxed than the previous year's model. It's still a trim fit, but in the midsection area of the jacket, it is more roomier than the previous Cerium LT. Being a little bit more roomier and relaxed allows you to layer underneath this a little bit better. The down sweater is a little bit trimmer than the previous year's model, and so it's not as boxy, and it's also a little bit longer in the back as well to provide a little bit extra coverage. It's still a really good form-fitting athletic kind of fit, but it still allows for a few layers underneath if you choose to do that. Let's talk about the hoods. Both these jackets feature some nice insulated hoods. The Cerium here actually has what they call a storm hood, and so this is an adjusted hood here. It has a good fit and good adjustment here in the back with this cord here, so you can get nice fit. Arc'teryx does say this is helmet compatible. Now it is small to fit over a helmet. It will be a little bit tight if you're using a climbing helmet, and you definitely can't use this over a ski helmet. It's going to be really, really tight. Looking at the down sweater hood, it's pretty comparable to the Cerium. In the back, you do have that elastic cinch that you can tighten up the hood to get the nice and pronounced fit. On the top here, you do have this nice structured brim, and I really like this feature here. It's able to reduce glare from sun rays, as well as also allow any raindrops to prevent you from hitting in the face. So that's pretty cool. It's well insulated and has elastic on the sides. This is a scuba hood, so it's a little bit smaller than the storm hood that you find on the Arc'teryx. This is meant to fit underneath a helmet, so it's way too small to fit over a helmet. But what this is nice for is if you're in town or you're just wearing a beanie underneath, this is going to be a really nice hood that's not too bulky or anything like that. Now looking at the zippers here, one thing that the Arc'teryx does not have is a little wind flap behind the zipper. You can see with the down sweater here, you do have this nice wind flap that prevents any cold drafts from penetrating through the zipper, where on the Cerium, you just don't really have that as much. Let's talk about the style. Really for this, it's a personal preference, whichever you like. I think they're both stylish. They're very similar. I really like these two-way color options, but you can get them in solids as well. Either way, I think you can't go wrong as far as a style for these jackets. Let's talk about compressibility. Now, you might expect the down sweater to be more compressible since it's comprised entirely of down, where the Cerium has synthetic insulation. It is known that synthetic insulation does not compress as well as down, but from my experience, the Cerium is compressible, very similar to down. To compress this, you have the stuff sack that is in this zippered pocket, so go ahead and take that out, and we'll go ahead and stuff this jacket on in here. All right, so here is the Cerium that is compressed in its stuff sack here. It has this cinch here that you can cinch it down. You also have this little cord here that you can put a carabiner and tighten it on a belt or hip loop or anything like that. To compress the down sweater, you actually go ahead and stuff it in its inner front pocket. So we'll go ahead and do that. So here they are compressed into their stuff sacks. For the Cerium, you do have this lengthy cord here that you have that cinch cord there. You don't have that for the down sweater because it uses a zipper instead. And I really like that if you're able to close the zipper well. They do compress very similarly, so it's nice that they are compressible for that. So concluding thoughts, overall both these jackets are excellent mid-weight jacket options for the shoulder season and into winter. Really can't go wrong with either one of these two jackets. But with each of these going through their updates for 2023, I think I would have to choose the Patagonia down sweater over the Arc'teryx Cerium, really because the pros outweigh the cons. The first pro is the value. While these are both very expensive jackets, the Arc'teryx is about $70 more, and you're still getting very similar warmth for the two. Another pro is the down sweater is going to be your more durable option because it uses a little bit thicker denier in the shell. Another pro is the hood of the down sweater. I really like this hood. I think it's one of the better hoods of all down jackets out there. It just fits really nicely, and so I really love this hood. Another pro is the various pocket options. I really like the interior pocket options. You have a zippered pocket, then you have two drop pockets, as well as an additional pocket right behind the zippered pocket. So lots of options, where the Cerium, you only have the internal zippered pocket. Now let's consider the cons. The first con is it's going to be heavier than the Cerium. So because it's using a little bit lesser quality down and needs more down in order to equal the warmth of the Cerium, it will be a bit heavier. Another con, and this really goes for both of these jackets, is they're not using hydrophobic down. So they're just using regular untreated down. So if they do get wet, it will happen to lose its loft. So just make sure to put a shell on if you're expecting lots of rain. So what do you think of these two jackets? Which one won the jacket battle for you? Was it the Patagonia down sweater or the Arc'teryx Cerium hoodie? Leave me a comment in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts. If you like what you saw, make sure to give me a thumbs up. Also subscribe to see more jacket battle content like this. And as always, thanks for watching.